I was pointing at this little strawberry, by the way. It's like so cute, right? Imagine Meepergon winking at you like this. This is the Ingot TKL. So it's more blue than it might seem on my top down. So this is a board by Relapse and Ori. This board is pretty interesting. I was reading up on it. Something neat about this is that they're offering 3 different plates. So you have a flex plate with flex cuts. You have a normal plate, so no flex cuts. And then you have a plastic plate, which is no leaf springs. So this is leaf spring top mount, or it can be gummy O-ring. So I have multiple plates, but we're gonna be using a Milmax PCB, and we're gonna try the 2 different plates. So we have normal alu plate, and then we're gonna be using a flex carbon fiber plate as well. So some things have changed with this board. It's now going to be an in-stock sale looking around late August to early October. And it's going to be 70 units with the A, B, and C stock. It's going to be around the 550, 590 range. This is a very heavy board. So this thing unbuilt is 6 pounds, 6.5 ounces. Unbuilt. It is a very heavy, hefty board. You could definitely use this to kill someone. I mean, not that we use keyboards to kill people, but you could definitely knock out a burglar. Anyways, dark jokes aside, here is the top of the board. So it's wing keyless only. It's the F12 TKL layout. Here's the side. So you see there's a fancy little curvature that happens right about here. And then you can see that there is also a crease right here. Here's the back. See you. Copper ingot. It has 4 screws on top, 4 screws on the bottom with the 4 little circular feet. Here is the USB port. So daughter board. And then here is the front lip, which is interesting. As you see, there is a bloop right here. So this is a case where the top case encompasses or goes over the bottom case, from what I'm seeing right here. I'm gonna open it, but I'm not gonna take off the weight because this is still a prototype unit and there are issues that have been addressed or will be addressed in the group buy run. For the sake of experimenting and knowing that this is a prototype, I'm not going to take off the weight like I normally would to show you guys what it looks like. But just so you guys know that the designers already know about it and they're already going to address it. This is a leaf spring top mount. So what that means is that it has the Jane top mount points, but it has a leaf spring cut on the plate. So this is the carbon fiber. So as you can see, it has like the top mounting points, but then there are the leaf spring cuts right here, right? And then the plate that's in here right now is the normal plate. So you will not have flex cuts, but it will still have the leaf spring cuts. And then there's a special one for plastic because plastic plates are too soft to have the leaf spring, so it will just be O-ring / gummy O-ring, right? And then, so here's the thing that I asked. Was there a reason for the plate to have all the extra slots on the right-hand side? His reasoning is that having cuts like that evens out the sound and feel when you're pressing keys. Apparently a lot of TKLs still cut right here. The ones that I've seen are like the Geon TKL, but that's because they have like all these keys that you can add, or Geon's boards. But by doing this, it sounds and feels different without the cuts there. So we'll just look inside the case. So what Ori said is, didn't make enough tolerance to screw in daughter board and case, doesn't fit the screw, openable, but daughter board isn't screwed, it's just tightly fit in. But this will be addressed in the in-stock units. So looking inside of here, so you have this piece, but I was told not to unscrew it, and then you also have this piece, which is the weight. The daughter board is not screwed in at the moment. This will not be the daughter or the standard size daughter board you get with the In-stock. Pretty cool. So you have this carbon fiber piece right here. It does use a centered daughter board JST. So you can see the mounting points for the gummy O-rings right here. And then this is the top piece. And so you can see the pieces for the top mount right here as well. There are going to be 3 different plate types available. So not the type of materials, but basically you'll have a choice of normal, flux cut, and plastic. Plastic will not have the leaf spring cuts because it's too soft. If you do want the leaf spring, you can either go flux cuts, so you see the flux cuts right here, or the normal, so no flux cuts. But either way, all 3 plates will have gummy O-ring. So we're actually going to be using Momoka. So these are the Momoka shark switches. So these are a really cute switch. So you have a navy stem, you have the clear housing, and you have this like baby blue bottom housing. So it is a tactile switch, 5-pin. The top housing is PC, the lower housing or bottom housing is PA66, and the stem is palm. It does have a very heavy tactile bump. It has a dual stage extended spring. That's what the stem looks like. Everything else seems pretty standard. Here is the spring. Yeah, so I looped these with 3204. I didn't feel like I needed to film them. Patty 6 even tried to do it? That's like way too hard, dude. It's like 2 a.m. I can't. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I have COVID brain. Come on. That's my excuse for the next 6 months. If anyone asks me to go out, I'm just be like, I've COVID brain. Sorry. It's bussin'. Yeah. Let us talk about this board. Look, this is interesting because you see how this part whoop, whoop, but then look, you see that same thing right here. Whoop, whoop. Whoa. Bet you guys didn't catch that, huh? So after the build with the Alu plate, this is 7 pounds, 3.6. This is a heavy board. Very, very heavy board. Let's talk about the things that I noticed about this board. Whenever I went from the leaf spring top mount to the gummy O-ring. There's definitely a bigger difference from the Alu Regular plate. Whenever I was using carbon fiber flex plate, it was a more subtle difference, a slight difference, but not as drastic as the Alu normal plate. I'd have to go back and listen to the sound clips to tell you the difference in sound, but granted, please be aware that I did use a heavy tactile switch. That probably plays a lot of factors, but this board, you technically have 2.5 mounting styles, but I'm just gonna say it's 2 because you can do top mount leaf spring and then you can do gummy O-ring. But for the plastic plates, unfortunately, it's too soft, so you can only do top mount. And then what's interesting about this board, I will show you guys the inside of this. I'm gonna open it one last time. This is the internal, right? So the daughter board goes underneath here, but you have this carbon fiber. So we'll also look at the plate now. So this is the flex cut plate. This is the carbon fiber. And one thing that you may notice about this plate is that it has these cut out for the nav cluster. And this was done on purpose, basically to make everything more consistent when it came to typing. And then here you can see the leaf spring cutouts. So 5 up top, 3 right here. And then there's nothing right here. And then it's gonna be a custom PCB, and it's not gonna have flex cuts, but basically this one is the proto unit, so that's why there's tape here. The changes are gonna be, they're gonna increase the tolerance for the daughter board JST. They're gonna add 6 screws on the internal weight, so you won't have warping, because right now you see the 2. It uses the Jane mounting styles, so you can either do gummy O-ring, or you can do top mount, which is either going to be leaf spring, but if you go soft plastic, it'll just be normal top mount. The PCB is going to be a custom one. It's not going to have the flex cut right here. It's only going to be F12 wing keyless. And then the colors, black, silver, blue. So they have this nice champagne color, but the IC, no one voted for it. Dang, you guys went black, silver, and blue. Sad. But yeah. I will say when it comes to the flex cut and the non-flex cut plates, you can definitely feel the difference between using the leaf spring versus the gummy O-ring. Whereas with the flex cut plates, you can tell, but I couldn't really tell. There is a slight difference, but not as drastic as the normal plates. So just based on the 2 plates that I got, if you like the more firm typing experience, I would say this does fulfill that pretty well. Also, this is a very hefty board, so if you're looking for like a heavier TKL, this is also good for that. Alright, well that's the board. Thank you, Relapse. Thank you, Ori. Dude, lavender looks so good on it.